It's a long fall from the top of the charts, but they've joined forces to stage a comeback on the new show Mission Man Band. Take a look.
I booked your first gig.
I knew it was something big.
It's in 3 days, and you'll be performing one song during the halftime show for the Orlando Magic.
We're playing a Magic game?
We don't even have a song. That's really scary, because this could all fall apart, and it could all fall apart in a big way in front of a lot of people.
That's freaking me out.
I don't know if it's a good mix. Basketball game halftime, 4 boy band guys come running out, huge chance of getting booed and heckled and things thrown at you.
They're keeping it real. Please welcome NSYNC's Chris Kirkpatrick, Jeff Timmons of 98 Degrees, LFO's Rich Cronin, and Color Me Bad's Brian Abrams. Now, I mean, boy bands were so huge. Do you guys think it was just a movement that kind of like swept across? Why do you think they went away?
It was definitely a movement.
Do you think it was like DJs that kind of set it off? What do you think?
I think it was just the timing. You know, it always goes in cycles.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the 80s, they had all it started to turn into like that pop, rock, and then boom, you know, like the new kids came out, and a lot of these Tiffany. And then it kind of went to grunge and kind of got away from that, like a backlash, and then suddenly, boom, it came out again.
So did you sense it coming? Were you guys surprised when all of a sudden things kind of just stopped?
No, I think we were kind of seeing it coming, you know, the hype started to die down a little bit. The radio jocks kind of were shying away from the music as much. They weren't liking it as much, and you know, we definitely sensed the end, and it sort of happened the way we thought it would.
Right.
You're young and you're doing that sort of thing. You grow up and you become a father, husband, whatever, and they expect you to keep doing that.
You were told that it was going to happen.
That you guys get about 2 more months, so
Get out.
look into something.
I mean, I love Girl on TV. I love that song. And after LFO broke up, though, you had a tough time, Rich. You were diagnosed with leukemia in 2005.
Yes.
Most people weren't aware of that.
Yeah.
What was the toughest part that you went through?
The toughest part about having leukemia was the people around me that were worried about me. You know, I could get through the treatments and I could get through all that, but seeing my parents and my family so concerned.
Yeah, your dad asked a question, right? When you first found out from the doctors, what he said. I remember watching on the show. He said, "What kind of a shot does he have?" Didn't he say?
Yeah, I remember being in the room, and they said, "I don't know how to." The doctor said, "I don't know how to tell you this, but you have leukemia." And I'd heard of leukemia, but I didn't really know what leukemia was. And the minute he said that, I said, "Okay, that's serious, and this is going to be quite a ordeal for me." But then my father said, "Well, what are his chances?"
What are his chances?
And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Kind of a reality check
And then the
there.
doctor said,
"How are you doing now?"
"I'm doing very well, thank God."
Great, healthy.
Let's get. She's the deep, she's the sensitive, I'm the shallow. Are you guys rich? Did you get to keep your money? Did you have a man? Well, you know, boy bands.
She's wearing diamond high
Chris,
watches.
That's why I checked that.
The show's actually in your house,
And
right?
tattoos count, you know, cost money, so you're okay.
The gold-plated tattoos.
But did you have people that helped you say, when they said like 2 more months, was it okay? Or did you have people that took it from you?
Well, there's a big misconception about, you know, once you have a song on the radio, you're automatically rich. That's just not the case. I mean, it takes a long time to make money. It takes years and years and years, and you got to sell millions and millions of records. And even then, you know, your cut is always, you know, if you're in a band with 4 or 5 guys, you got an agent, you got a manager, you got a lawyer, you know. At the end of the day, you're like, whoa. You know, you get off the road, you're like, wait a second, where's my real paycheck at? You know? And
my manager took a lot of my money.
Yeah. Really? I mean, you guys have had your stories are individually so interesting. Brian, I know you kind of came into doing this group. You were an alcoholic, right? You still are.
Yeah.
And you came in and you had some trouble. You sensed that you might have a relapse because it would put you back
into the snake pit.
Yeah, right back into the kind of party scene.
It was going to be rough, but
and you did kind of go back for a little bit. How did you recover from that?
I just basically, honestly, these guys helped me out a whole lot. You know, they basically just said, you know, it's cool, don't beat yourself up. I mean, it's not cool, but at the same time, at least, you know, nobody got hurt. You didn't jump off the house into the pool.
There's always another chance.
You know, just dust yourself off, and that's what they teach. You know, is that you can't, I can beat myself up worse than anybody. And so you just kind of pick yourself up and say, I'm not going to do this to them or myself anymore. And for the sake of my kids and my family at home, I'm just going to do what I got to do, handle business.
Was your wife supportive of you going and doing this?
Yeah. She's
That's
awesome.
great.
How's the
She is
music?
awesome.
You know, because they get four strangers, not like friends that got together on a plane. How did it get...
Awesome.
The music is what really made it work.
That's what kept us in it, too, you know? It was like, because if, like you said, we all have individual stories, and each story is so completely different. I mean, I've got money, you know, I don't even know why I did it, you know? It was like one of those things that...
Go for it, Joan!
In the course of the show, you know, you start to realize that, you know, I have a lot of demons in my closet. You know, these guys each have their own demons, you know, between leukemia, his alcoholism, you know, Jeff's, you know, he's got a ex-wife and kids, you know, that he's got everything that we did on this show was a train wreck.
Yes.
You know, and it was so crazy, and at the time, you hear the name of the show and you hear the thought of it, and everybody does the same thing. I mean, we all had the knee-jerk reaction too. You're like, dude.
But I think it's a great way to get to know you guys, you know?
Exactly.
Before, I think everyone saw you collectively as your group, but now we get to really explore who you are. Yeah. Do you guys keep in touch, by the way, with some of your old band members? Like, are you talking to Justin? Are you talking to Nick, Lachey?
Yeah.
You guys talk?
Yeah, we were actually, 98 Degrees was planning a reunion on Labor Day, actually. But it got canceled. We're not doing it. But we're talking about getting back together and doing some stuff. And yeah, of course, I mean, those guys, again, like this kind of thing, there's a lot of camaraderie there. And, you know, you go through, you live with those guys and you work with those guys. And you become, you know, like brothers in a way.
Let me just say one thing. I saw 2 episodes, and it's fabulous.
It is. It is.
Just terrific.
It's a great look into who you guys are. I wish you guys the best of luck. Good luck with the new baby coming on the way. You stay healthy. We'll be watching and keeping tuned in. Mission Man Band airs Monday nights on VH1. We'll be right back with the kids' fashion show you're not going to want to miss.